There we go. You. Wait, non-stop. And join. Hey, MSQ. Which means they were waiting for me. Tank's like, what? I no say Brave Flocks is long stop. Hey, at least this tank has his stance on. I get silenced. Damn it.
At least I can make some kills.
Oh yeah, that's the nice thing about these dungeons. Oh, there we go. What? Oh yeah.
Just kicking a mouse around.
Let's see here. Kind of guilty of this myself, but tank probably wants to pop a rampart a little bit sooner than that. Kind of pointless after the damage has gone through. Marauder's arm. Oh, we're going this way today. Okay, cool. I just wish it meant more XP instead of just killing stuff. Although the guild's nice, I guess. Oh. Interesting. We bring this unique for Marauders and Warriors. Interesting. And one for Gladiators. Interesting. This tank's actually being a little bit more cautious than I would typically experience. Oh, it's not bad. If I were to take this, I'd probably be pulling everything. Yeah, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, he says that it's his first time tanking, so I'm not upset about it at all.
I don't care. We'll get it done one way or another.
Exactly.
It's not like this is like a Mythic Plus or something.
And he even has his tank stance on.
As far as I can tell, it's building these aggro too, so.
Yeah.
But everything I need him to do, keep shit off my ass.
And he's not using his AoE, but I just can't remember if he has his AoE at this point. The only thing I've noticed is that he's. Oh. Okay. You're caught in the bubble. I'll try to get you out. It's like, what are those debuffs? Oh yeah, that's right, the bubble. Ooh. Oh my god. This is one of those bosses that they changed around. I think in 6.1. Go ahead and LB, please. Hey, leveled up. Sweet. Hey, nice on the orchestrion roll. Oh wow, that is actually a good glam. Let's see.
Goodness, Outlander has stinks of garden flock. Fighting Beast was tricksy flow, but Uplander outwitted with plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighting think. Brave Fox happy gifts, tasty fresh gobby treats to clever Uplander. Cheese is stinky sweet gobby treat. Special make with secret gobby arts. No party complete without gobby gouda. Brave Fox every say.
Wasn't there one in this area I need to go kill? No, north. Nope, I already took care of that. I gather you saw Brave Fox's little problem. By the gods, that unholy stench! This is, definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How's it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they used. Ugh. Bravo, Sainthia. Thanks to you, our guest shall be honored with the marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shamani Lamani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip, he'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely an employee to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lamani my regards. Did I make the mistake of... Look, I did unlock that. Half worried I didn't unlock that, what's it called? Etherite. house is this? Oh, I'm gonna go in there. Fancy yourself a romantic friend? Do you oft find yourself gazing off into the horizon, yearning to travel in search of storied relics left behind by heroes of yore? Yes, you say. Then do I ever have a proposal for you? I was accosted the other day by a slobbering drunkard. Bear with me now, as I assure you this gets better, who most eagerly regaled me, from what I could gather in this slurred speech and copious amount of spittle, that is, with the tale of a treasure map that he had stumbled upon in his travels. I don't recall the particulars. I was emptying my innards with some foul swill at the time, you see, but it sounded rather convincing to my ale-addled brain. What I do remember is that the fellow mentioned striking out at first light for rain-catching gully to visit a minor friend. Should you the prospect of hunting for hidden riches sit your heart aflutter, I reckon you might still find him there.
What, Cyril?
Sweat, grime, and blood. Aye, you reek of blood. An adventurer, unless I'm mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? An order. Let me guess. A request from the finest vintage I can muster. His paper smells of loam and perfume. Costa del Sol. There's also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gagaruju would not settle for anything less than the best. Dristwites and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. Ah, but perhaps you're confused. This display of a deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But you've no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. Life could be so delightfully unpredictable. I'd always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It would have been possible if it not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny it that it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient, and Weisgate must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Brigland, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. Somehow, I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. Even an inexperienced connoisseur can be misled by an elaborate label and an elegant packaging. I, on the other hand, have no choice but to focus on the taste and texture of the wine itself. How ironic it is that I once considered my greatest weakness has become my greatest asset. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of his polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion and I do not care for interruptions. Huh. That neophyte ventured bid you to speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you gooey urine than sell you my worst vintage. Be gone from my sight. I take it he said no? Really? In those words? Well, I cannot say that I am surprised. Well, there's no denying his passion and skill. The wine baron of Limsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well. You shall have to take an alternative approach. There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that the grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the vignerons of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, and they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, most complex, most flavorful of all wines. The legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But, as it is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Bregland to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine, and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the vignerons tending the vineyards might once have owned a bottle. Perhaps you can start by speaking with them. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish! I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. Bacchus wine? Don't remind me. I used to have a cellar filled with this stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamn house. No luck, hmm? Most regrettable, but we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogomoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that the wondrous ambrosia which once filled me with hope may forever be lost to us. These quest rewards that mean absolutely nothing. These potions I'm never gonna use at all. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. I have no fear. I swear I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there's a favor I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Reborn as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die because I nearly found one not far from here. It was there a man named Drest took me in and nursed me back to health, and it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation, and I would be most grateful if you would deliver it to him in my stead. Dress sometimes works in the Raincaster Gully docks, so perhaps Ritzkill can tell you where to find him.
Bless you.
Thank you. Hidden treasures? Ha! Another guild-crazed greenhorn reeled in by Ildwine's tall tales, eh? Yes, Ildwine, that doddering fool's name, though mind ye. I have not known him to limit his consumption to any one type of brew. I saw him just the other day, I did, clutching some tad piss-yellow parchment like it was made of solid meat. This ish my ticket to fortune, he blabbered. Not so half so eloquently, mind you. Before stumbling out of the tavern doors and probably falling flat on his mug like as not. Did I see the map for myself, you say? Did I? Why, the fool shoved it in my face so many times I swear the mold left the page to take up residence in me nostrils. 'Twas a mess of blue and brown splotches that Ildwine swore was Camp Bronze Lake with a big red X southeast. You're not thinking going there, are you? Take my word. You'll find naught but a sorry drunken sack of broken dreams. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit? Aye, I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself or anything. I sure as hell don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone, I say. Be mind to find him, though, and head southwest to the severed string. I don't want to come out. Rotation. Guide. Favorites, sure why not. Sure why not. Yeah. What do you want? Wine. I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges. The buzzing. It keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please, make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Someday, I'll find my way back to you. I was wrong. Ah yes, a true WoW style kill quest. I missed these. To kill 5 of these little. Oh. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did for you to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others... No one survived. I didn't ask for this damage. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today at Ratmanda's Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for fine wine, see. It should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shamani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. Now that is one broken man. So how close are you to level 61?
About halfway.
How much experience did you get out of the dungeon?
Not sure.
I was hoping my new player bonus would have given you a little more. Oh well. It has been some time, Sainthia. What news do you have of Drest? Ah, yes, I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic but nevertheless effective method to utilize the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We're not so different, Drest and I, 2 men who have long struggled to not to let our scars define us. I worry he has been alone with his thoughts for far too long. It's past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after us, Sainthia. Hey, level 40. By the gods! Listen! I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Drest's palm wine. He sealed each coconut with a shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain. These are leaves of the Bacchus grapevine. You know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Drest found these leaves. Here, take one back with it to him and see what he remembers. Oh, hello again. What is it? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it's pretty. Didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. Saw fresh gooba tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from the vines growing on the back of one such beast. If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some goobas are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. What did Drest have to say, Sainthia? Tell me everything. Ah, I was right. The smell, this texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery. I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice inventor could... 12 as my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? You would offer this to me. But why? There's none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than yourself, than you, Master Brigand. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you need it. Wait, the shape of this bottle, the scent of this lake, couldn't possibly be a 1547 Bacchus. That's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gegaruju will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Sainthia. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Wisegate. Well, yes. I would very much like to drink it, but I'm a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. I like the thread name, the quest name. It was a very good year. Greetings, Sainthia. I thought it fitting that I seek you out and offer my gratitude for all you've accomplished. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So what of the wine I asked you to bring? is that? 7 hells, a 1547 Bacchus. Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think I had it in you, but congratulations, Sainthia. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet's about to begin. You have the look of a woman who has been back to the seventh hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals of a banquet held in her own honor. And this while the Shadow Titan looms over us all. It beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Have I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I would have been accepting my lot with less grace. Oh, Ishtola. Lady Ishtola, Lady Wol. A thousand pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, madam. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now, she must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the length and breadth of Azure for a banquet, did you? Spare her your mockery, Captain. Your intent wasn't clear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Sainthia has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you be so good as to enlighten her. Aye, that's fair's fair. There's no sense in hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be godslayers by his own criteria. If even one found her wanting, she would be rejected without a second thought. But if she proved herself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support her cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the 5 of you deigned to jest Sainthia with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure. But tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? She's a brave one, that much is certain. She willingly walked into the midst of danger despite my repeated warnings that it could cost her her life. Her skill is undeniable. She stalked to prey as relentlessly as a child in the sands, and struck with precision when opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Sainthia, however, is a kind and generous soul. I am certain she has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight at her side.
Rolling Uplander's talentful plansmaker, XIV for mighty Rockman.
I can only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We 5 of the company of heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crags, Sainthia Wol, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today we celebrate the birth of a new legend, Sainthia Wol, Titan's Bane. Sainthia Wol, Titan's Bane! It has been too long since I last set foot outside Forgotten Springs, passing time with old friends and old wine. Aye, today's a good day indeed. Seeing everyone again like this brings back such fond memories. I wonder if any of them would be interested in reforming the company.
Tasty fresh treats are plentiful in Billy of Gray Fox.
It's pain doing the goblin voices. It feels wonderful to be with the others again. I wish this day would never end. Greetings, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Your Ellison friend is quite the dashing rogue. Any chance you could introduce me? Sometimes I question if opening the Flying Shark was the right decision. But if I wasn't bowing and scraping to some pretentious old Don merchant, I reckon I'd be doing the same to Count de Zimel. Zimile. That may have suited my father and my grandfather. I have aspirations for a better life. You still there?
Yeah, I've been trying not to be a bother to your recording.
Oh, you're fine. Some of my comments are directed your way anyway.
I'm just heating myself up some French onion soup.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I made it last night, and I made it once before this. This time it came out so freaking good.
Nice. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief, transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and grab to the heavens in celebration. And thus experience all the Endwalker spoilers. I mean, that would be the moment to have them all, right? When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limsa, Limensa, Eorzea, or anything beyond this chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them, and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone.
Goodly Outlander must be facing mighty rock men with clever fighting think. Gabby Flock cannot be coming to rescue this time.
Ah, Sainthia, you brave fool. Promise me when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him that Landelin sends his regards. You are a veteran of countless battles, Sainthia. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail. You are blessed with the fortitude to rival the Earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. You are kind to indulge in Sainthia. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny they mean well, but now is scarcely the time before celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begun. The hour has come to make the good captain make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. You must be figured to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Linosea. There you will meet with Riel, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you have given the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at the 3 locations I mark. Only then will you appear to meet you at this 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that this is more than usable once you comprehend the risks inherent in our method. That is probably the sloggiest portion of a Reborn. Don't you agree? Let's see here. I'm actually going to divert back to Limsa Laminsa, do the level 40 Scholar quest. Marauders Guild. How curious. You always come at the most opportune time, Sainthia. 'Tis divine providence, almost. Doubly so, since we have all both been blessed with the chance to refine our respective arts. You see, in your absence, I've been studying this section of Nemean treaties detailing marauder fighting techniques. The fundamentals do not differ so much from our modern methods, but there are slight variations in footwork and grip, as well as the distinctions between various ranges and the attacks both implied when... Oh, forgive me, I lost sight of the most pertinent point. Nemean scholars and marauders fought side by side, yes? Well, now, you and I have an opportunity to do the same. A tomberry has been spotted in Bronze Lake, and the Marauders Guild has been asked to dispatch it. Since tomberries dwell within the Wanderer's Palace, an ancient Nemean temple recently discovered in the wake of the Calamity, there is a strong possibility that the creatures have resided there since before the fall of Nim. Do you follow my reasoning, Sainthia? These malevolent creatures have been overrun the temple and claimed it for their own at the height of Nemean civilization. That they may have posed a major threat to the ancient people, even. If so, then surely facing one in battle would be rekindling the memories of a fairy. Even if I am mistaken, the tomberry possesses a threat to the locals. Moreover, I would very much like to put my newly learned Nemean techniques to the test. So we will rendezvous outside the Wanderer's Palace, yes? And it so happened I'm going there for the main story quest anyway, so good. Who goes there? Hey, don't tell me. You've come to help old little one dig for buried treasure. Well, have you know, I'm faring just fine just for myself. Just look at that beauty over there. Not that I can blame you for being jealous over me, mass riches. Lucky for you, I'm feeling generous today. So here's the deal. I give you the honor of opening my latest discovery. And that's right. For one precious moment, you can walk into the shoes of Ildwine, treasure hunter extraordinaire. Oh, go on now. The casket won't bite nothing. I love it when fates spawn right where I'm walking into. Alright. I'll catch you later.
What?
Seven hells. Where did the nasty buggers come from? Why, if I had my trusty pickaxe with me, I'd split the skulls clean and too. Where else will all these things go anyway? What's this? Look. Illwines had the finest Azure has to offer, from the dawn of the Wednesday Buscrine's brothers, but and he said nothing like Great Braggart's gut. It's a trap, that's what it was. When the casket shattered this here bottle and this fool lot poured out, luring them noxious buggers with his stink. I told you to be more careful. Now hand over the loot. We have opened the casket, but it was old Illwine who did the dirty work. Wait, that's it? They gave me everything? Well, I got one last time you sold me undergarments for Grogmire. Yeah, hiding nothing from me, eh? Well, looks like we got no choice. We gotta search for bigger, better treasures. Not the same treasures, of course. Can't hold your hand forever. So sit back and let old Eowyn impart you a proper trove of knowledge and treasure hunting. First, you find yourself a map. Once you have a map, then you decipher it. Means you look at it nice and good, like. And when you figure out what your treasure is hiding, you go over there and dig it up. Sounds simple enough, huh? Ah. I might make it look easy, but I assure you it ain't. Treasure hunter and demands sharp eyes and sharp mind. Don't be discouraged. Hone your skills like old Illwine and the treasure are sure to fall. Now, excuse me. My throat's feeling dry. This won't buy me a swig of the wench's cheapest grog. What's a man to do to draw his sorrows? Well met, Sainthia. I don't only just arrived myself. 'Twas in this vicinity that the Tomberry was last sighted. With luck, it will not have gone far. Look, atop the stairs. My son, my dear son, at long last, the rancor, it rises, it rises. It comes. I shall draw his ire, Sainthia. Lend me your support. Somewhere in some of these abominations? What are you doing? Move, damn you! My. Confound it all! What happened, Sainthia? I thought you can control her. I apologize. I know you have just begun to work with the fairy. Some disobedience is to be expected. Ex-Master Windsor will be disappointed, but there's not we can do. Tomberry's long gone. Let's return to Limsa Limits. Greetings, lass. Why don't you be the one the captain said would come a good cook calling? I thought so. Pay attention now, because I ain't explaining myself twice. Years ago, we was weighing on a pound to get to Titan. One of our scouts stumbled across this beastman Aetherite, see? And what's that look for? Not familiar with them. He speaks of an unamplified Aetherite which has been claimed by the Beast Tribe. Lest you wonder, there's no fundamental difference between such Aetherites and those which you have used on countless occasions, Sainthia. Aye, well, if it ain't the Charlene lass. Welcome back. Forgive my interrupting. I plan to await your report, but I've succumbed to curiosity. The tunnels beneath Ungamoro have formed a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it was a mystery I have long pondered. Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to go trying in the front. Kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling out the old ones with traps. One wrong step, and the next thing you know, you have a dozen tons of rock on your knock. Suicide to even try, see? Funny thing was, the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding the way around, and that was what it was that as got us thinking. I mean, Ungamoro Mines is like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around in a city that big would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have an Ethernet, wouldn't it? There stood a reason the kobolds must have had one, didn't it? Even if the Aetherite strides in the depths of Ungamoro, you would need to attune yourselves to them even before you can identify the signatures within the life stream. Ah, well, there's what you're wrong with. We had the Charlene bloke to help us, see? Delivered us right into Titan's bedchamber, he did. I don't really know how he did it, but I do remember him saying if it weren't nothing but any Charlene scholar worth its salt couldn't manage. Did he now? Looking at a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the Aetherites in question happened to be... Ah, yes. But in order to guide travelers to said beacon safely, one second party would be required to... It is possible, in theory at least. Yeah, I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend on whether or not I am worth my salt. Oh, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't we all go to Zalman's Run and take a closer look at the Aetherite? It ain't far. Though, there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not you can handle it, mind. So this is the Aetherite the company of heroes used to gain access to Titan's sanctuary. It is as popularly most speculated. In its present state, the Aetherite signal will not be strong enough to serve our purposes. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you will have to proceed without me. I must needs remain here to supplement the beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it is possible that I may be able to stabilize Aetherite's signal and thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you'll be on your own. Now, let us see if I am worth my salt. I've located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you'll find there. So, stint not in your preparation. I must need to remain here to ensure you have a means of egress. As I told you, we have no way of knowing what awaits you at the beacon, so be sure to prepare yourself prior to departing.